Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Pugnacious Poland in Hearts of Iron 4. We're about to finish the radio, which is very useful. We've got our divisions who are trained up well enough. We've got some recruits that need to train. At least get them exercised back up. Just make sure that they are not considered recruits. It's the main thing. And some of these guys are so close to trained that maybe we do want to train them up to regulars. Got our radio, reinforcement rate. Radio is also necessary for signal companies. So, apparently we also need motorized for that, which we don't even have. Do we want to worry about motorized, or are we more of a marching type people? Do we care about marines and naval invasions? No, not so much, I think. We're ahead of time on that. Infantry defense and breakthrough is both good. That's pretty much all that would give us. On the other hand, we could do some of these ahead of time. Military police, maintenance company. All these require motorized, so I don't want to do any of those, I think. Artillery. We're ahead of time on. We could do the anti-tank. Having it's going to be important against Germany. I don't want to do any land doctrine research until we actually have... Ooh, that looks so good though. But there's Polish... What are they called? The focus tree that will give us discounts for land doctrine. So I'd rather... Then again, you know, we're going to get the benefit of those eventually anyway. So maybe we should just do it. You know? The 4-year plan gives a bonus for construction technology, and it'll be done in 22 days. Why don't we let this one stockpile up for 22 days, and then we'll knock out construction 2. But this other research, let's get it started up on radio detection. This one we'll hold off on, just leave it up there, let it stick there. I'm strongly considering going ahead and adding into the Inf 7 Art 2 division the support artillery. It's going to cost, we don't have enough artillery, but I don't want to convert any more over, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. And now we're going to have a shortage of towed artillery for a while, and that's okay. And the reason why we want to do that is that now these guys have they're just going to have even more soft attack. And even more breakthrough. Organization's acceptable. We can modify the government again. Prince of Terror, Smooth Talker. Let's see, what are we working on right now? Infantry Equipment Designer. Motorization. Tank Designer. Chief of Army. Division Attack or Division Defense? What do you think is more important, Division Defense or Division Attack? Offense or defense? Usually I would err with on the side of offense. Also, why is it that you have to spend experience to modify your division templates when you also have to spend experience to modify tanks? You know? Seems kind of strange that you gotta do both. Get a civilian factory, or just get a building slot into infrastructure. I think we want the civilian factory for now. And we've got a bonus now to that research. So we'll knock that guy out. The Hindenburg! It's collapsed! Did I not hire a guy? I thought that I was thinking about doing it. Infantry expert seems like it'd probably be a pretty good idea considering what we're doing. So, yeah, division attack plus 10%. That'll modify the artillery, though. This modifies all of the infantry. We have far more infantry than we have anything else. I'm going to go ahead and hire the infantry guy. We do need political points in order to fabricate a claim, so we've got to consider that. So we'll keep some in reserve from now on. We are at 36% socialist, communist. I believe interesting things can happen at 40%, but eventually, I I'm looking to join the USSR and the Comintern as soon as possible. Also, we need to have 150 points free to switch over to war economy. So no more spending political power, Arumba. Stop it. I think we're doing a lot better, at least in the early game here, managing equipment. Support equipment we could probably use a little bit more of. Doing a pretty good job with our towed artillery production. What does it take to make I've never, you believe it or not, I've never actually made anti-tanks. They take twice as much, 2 steel, 2 tungsten, versus artillery, which is 1 tungsten, 2 steel. And the anti-air is just this. But I've heard anti-air is garbage. But it's only 1 combat width, so I don't know. I don't really know if I believe people that say that it's bad. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You know? We're going to want to get this eventually. So let's just knock it out of the way. It's rounding up our Polish Socialist Party to 38%. And what we're now hoping for is some event that lets us decide to have a Polish civil war. And if it's a civil war, great. If it's just a free become communist, then that's great too. I don't think there's anything else we can do that's going to just turn us into communist. Prepare for the next war, land doctrine, another bonus for industry. Is there something in industry that we could research that we would like to have a bonus on? Industry. Yeah, but it's ahead of time. But it could be nice to have. And we're going to want to have that eventually. I don't like paying ahead of time penalties. National Defense Funds into invest in the old Polish region. And then we get a research slot. You have to have 50 factories to get that extra research slot, so that's not going to happen for a while. I think next we'll probably do prepare for the next war, the defense of Poland. I mean, look at this, 3 in a row that we can just get bonuses to land doctrine research. A bonus to infantry weapons, which would allow us to probably research infantry weapons 2 ahead of time. So we want to knock out infantry equipment early so that we can spend it on this. This affects leg infantry, soft attack plus 5%. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Let's just knock that one out. I think that's the route we're going. We're going for strong infantry-based ground troops. Amelia Earhart successfully circumnavigated the globe. Good for her. Just want to make sure that we don't have anybody in here who is fully green. And they're so close to being there that there's really no issue. Insufficient resources. We lack steel, of all things. Looks like we have another factory that just came online, and now we're having production issues. Do we actually give up 1 steel, 1 more civilian factory for 1 singular unit of steel? Or is there some way we can change our production? It's a 4.5% malus on artillery production. I'm not going to worry about it. No, I think that it's not worth worrying about giving up a full civilian factory for that. National Defense of Poland, we got a new civilian factory to replace that one anyway. Next we go down here. You don't meet the requirements, we have to do both. That sucks. Let's just do prepare for... Wow, I want that research slot. But then again, I want to get the land doctrine research going. So many things that I want. Marco Polo Bridge incident. That's Japan getting ready to do something with China. What are we importing our aluminum for? It's for the production of support equipment. Okay, we do need that. Ideally, we'd like this to be at 8. At most. That would use up all of our aluminum. And we'd like to see this guy... Takes 1 tungsten. We'd like to see you at 8 as well. Since we are importing 8 and 8. But... Okay, so this division's good. This is pretty solid. There's I don't want to add support anti-air. It does actually add some breakthrough in defense though. Air attack 13.6. Piercing plus 8.9. It requires you to carry anti-air with it. And everyone says on the forums that it's bad. Why it's bad? I don't know. I don't really know. Let's go take a look at that piercing stat. What does that piercing stat do? Equal or greater piercing to the target's armor value allows you to do more damage and more effectively pin down their armored forces. A lot of piercing value. I think maybe the issue is just that they actually can't shoot down the air. Speaking of air, we do have some airplanes. What do we have? We've got 162 fighters, 22 close air support. That's it. It's not very many airplanes. What kind of close air support are they? They are the Karas. The Karas, which is 1936 close air support, so that's good. Radio detection is good. Let's go ahead and knock out anti-tank, because I think it's going to be something we do want against the Kaiser. We're still not seeing any events allowing us to switch away from this. Maybe we might have to actually have to get all the way up to 50%. The fact that it's scaling down our daily change so much is slowing things down tremendously. At this rate, the effects are scaled to 25%. Why? But why? So 50 minus 43.36 divided by 0.05. We're looking at 132 days. We'll be at 50% socialist support. Okay, so two more prepare for the next wars. Halfway into roughly 1938, maybe we'll be communist. I'd like it to be faster than that, honestly, but oh well, it is what it is. After we finish Support Weapons 1, we will do Land Doctrine research. Since you guys don't really need to be training, I think that we put you on this border down here. Japan has declared the next war. We're at 13% already. 26% already. So we're looking like things are moving. We do have someone here who's slightly superior. He is a panzer leader, though. You hover over here, you can see if they're learning new skills. We don't have any panzers. But I don't really see any reason to... Well, no, we'll go with the guy... We'll train one guy with infantry, and then if we do actually end up with panzers, then we'll use that guy. Okay, so prepare for the next war is done. Standardization of equipment, get a bonus to infantry weapons. That sounds pretty good. We're not going to modify the government because we need points for changing over our economy as soon as we are allowed to, as soon as we become communist. As soon as support weapons 1 is done, we start land doctrine research. Since we're going to have a bonus for it. We actually have 2 bonuses for land doctrine research. Because we've got the guy, Tomislav Lupaskas, Jesus Christ, that name. Sorry if that's your name. If that's your actual name, I apologize. So yeah, Grand Battle Plan, max planning plus 30%. That's pretty sweet. Only 99 days to learn a thing. That's pretty good. These have a default base cost at 300, and we're learning it in 1/3 of that. So that's pretty good. The next one is going to give us all infantry, motorized, and mech defense and organization. So that's pretty sweet. We have a penalty to hourly recovery on our organization because we're considered to be a highly organized army. But that's okay. These guys can go even higher, 56 organization versus our piercing guys at 38. I guess it's just the number. Pretty good border here. The AI has stationed 4 here. It looks like maybe they're planning on, jumping on the cav. This is just 3 cav. This is just 6, somewhere between 6 and 10 infantry units. 13 to 22. That's a pretty big division there. So we take over what we can. 6 to 10. I think what we would do is just pincer, just cut them in half and circle this area over here. Don't push in. We would manually use the. We would manually do this battle. But having an 80% preparation bonus would be amazing. How are we doing on equipment? Got lots of towed artillery. Do we want to switch over almost all of the infantry to this setup? Or do we want to just add in support artillery to the basic division? I think we'll start there. That'll use up some of our artillery. Quite a bit, in fact. And we have enough infantry equipment that we can actually start training up some more divisions. These guys each take 940. This is not really the Pugnacious practice area anymore, but we'll call it what it is. This is really more the Czech. That's not how you pronounce it, is it? CZ, ECH, Czech front line. Trying to be more specific with my stuff. And I think we edit this guy to add even more artillery to him. If we don't do 2 at once, then they end up being 21 combat width. So that's bad. Actually, no, that's not true, because this is 9. So let's just take them up to 19. So we can do this. And there goes all of our towed artillery. In fact, our production lines are going to be requiring quite a bit of extra towed artillery as well. Let's put the reinforcements on higher priority. Upgrades on highest priority. New troops are on medium. How's that daily support looking? 47%, we're almost there. Standardization of equipment. Bonus to infantry weapons. 13 days. As soon as we finish probably improved infantry equipment, we'll start working on we'll work on infantry equipment too. Even though it's going to be ahead of time, we're just going to take weapons too. Anyway. Just because I want it. The difference in quality. Defense 22, soft attack 6, hard attack 1. You get an extra 0.5 hard attack. Soft attack goes from 6 to 9. Defense goes from 22 to 28. Max speed doesn't change. Reliability doesn't change. Production cost goes up a little bit. Even the break... everything goes up. It's just better equipment. But I think where we really need an upgrade, what would really be nice, would be if we could get the improved artillery again. Artillery 2. Soft attack of 40 versus 30. Ooh, that looks good. That looks good, good, good. Are there any bonuses for that? Politics will change. Polish Socialist Party becomes the ruling party. Public elections will no longer be held. Gains reign of terror. Political power gain for 730 days. We are now communist, which means we can immediately switch to war economy, which means we are now a world power. Invite defection from the Soviet Union. We accept. We are now part of that, which means that we can skip by, which is exactly why I didn't do this seek accommodation, because it doesn't really matter. They like us well enough as is. And let's see, are we allowed to, like, leave faction? Of course we are. Cool, good. So, the Polish People's Republic is now ready to justify a war goal here. It's going to take 210 days, but we need to get started on this because we need to. We already have... Did we already do the thing that gives us the bonus? Polish revanchism? No, we didn't. Generate war goal tension limit minus 40%. I think let's do this one next, just so that we can have justify war goal time done. Of course, it's probably going to end up costing us about the same amount of time either way. But let's do that first. The idea that we just had done was standardization of equipment, so that's standardized weapons. I wish I had done that in a different order. I wish we already had the revanchism. I didn't expect just to suddenly become socialist at 48%. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer. I thought we had another 70 days. Anyway, alright, I'm going to take a break here. Next episode, we are going to attack Czechoslovakia. The derps, they're going to die. They may have up to 54 regiments, somewhere in that vicinity, but I feel by looking at it, they're not going to do as good as they think that they might. So, alright, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next episode. We'll see you soon.